Let's go to the young four kings of boxing right now. Gervonta Haney, Ryan Garcia. I'm going to say each name, you tell me what you think about him. Let's start with Ryan Garcia.
Ryan Garcia is a hell of a puncher. He's very explosive.
Dangerous hook.
Very dangerous. Everybody know that hook doesn't knock a buffalo out. Really. It's just the truth. It's just the truth.
Yeah.
He probably could throw a hook more like mine than anybody seen.
Yeah.
He got that one-punch shock on that left hook. Deadly. And then he understands how to throw it. So yeah, that's where he is.
Shakur Stevenson.
Shakur Stevenson is a very good fighter, but he got to learn, and I will hope he will pay attention to this because this is going to mean a lot for him.
Mm-hmm.
His feet are good, but sometimes they take him too far out of range to be able to come back and counter.
Mm-hmm.
The last guy he fought, the guy was a good puncher, so when he was jumping back, he was jumping too far back out of range to where he couldn't come back and get something right away. You understand me? And for the fans, it starts to look boring.
That's how I'd say. I feel like he was running.
He really ain't running. He just don't understand that distance. Somebody else teach him, and I would teach him if they ever brought him to me. Let me teach him, but he got to understand what I'm trying to tell him. I'm not trying to criticize him.
Right.
When you say something bad, they take it as criticism.
Right.
No, son. It's just, you got to understand how to not jump. Okay. People know what the thing that dig the hole, the excavator, right?
Yeah.
If you move that thing back too far, you can't reach the job.
Right.
It's got to work, but it got to stay on the job while it work. You can't take it out of, if you work it with this, because this part keeps it on the job, the feet. This do the work. If you take the thing and move it back, it's off the job. It can't work no more.
Right.
So if you move it back every time off the job, it ain't gonna never get no work done. So now it's gonna become boring. Why? It ain't doing nothing. It start on the hold, then it move to another. It start on the hold, then it move to another. When we gonna get a pond dug? We're not, because it's taking off the job too much. You gotta leave it on the job for it to get a pond dug. And that's his only thing. He a great fighter. He got great eyesight. He has great reaction time. He gonna be a great fighter. He just gotta figure out how to use them feet a little different.
Is he the best defensive fighter out of all four of them?
Right now, defensive, yes, because his defense is with his feet. That's what people don't understand. Defense isn't with your hands, it's with your feet. And he has the best foot defense of the game. Mm-hmm. So if he uses it for defense, when it's strictly defense, yes. But when you want to make it offensive, you can't do the same. You gotta cut it in half. And that's the only thing he had a problem with. Once he learns that, or figures that out, he gonna be a killer.
Would the skill he has now make him the best out of them four?
Right now, no. Because some people gonna say, boy, and the reason the rest of them don't want to fight him is because they know he know that back foot game so well that he's not gonna engage until he wants to engage. Mm-hmm. And that's a good thing too. But for the fans and to be
not right now,
the ratings, you gotta be able to engage when they need you to engage. Mm-hmm. If you can't, then you're gonna become bored. So he's not boring unless you don't understand boxing.
Right.
You understand boxing, he's not bored at all. He's doing some good stuff.
Yeah.
But when you looking at it from a fight fan perspective, it becomes boring because he's not ever taking that risk to do something off.
Yeah.
He got to just be a little bit more of a risk taker. But he got to learn it with the feet so he knows when and why he's taking that risk. Mm-hmm. You understand me?
Yeah.
That's where people like myself come in, because I understand it. And they would say, why you trying? The reason I don't say much more, Stephen, because I don't never want guys to think I'm trying to.
You hating on them.
I'm trying to take your
this is knowledge.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
And if you said, hey, I want to come spend some time, I'll pay you to come. Kobe said, I'm going to pay Elijah one to spend some with him so I learn how to get my footwork right.
Let me tell you right now, that's only in our culture. Because if you go to the doctor, right? If anybody go to a doctor that you never met, never seen him cut on nobody, never seen him do no operation, and he sit there and say, well, ma'am, I just looked at you, I got to do this. You're not going to question him at all. You're going to come here on time. You're not going to eat. He's going to tell you not to eat. You're not going to eat and do everything he say. Yep. You ain't never met this man before. But we've seen you at the top of boxing.
Doing all this.
Why we wouldn't take your, you know what I'm saying? So it's only in our culture where people take it as hate instead of taking it as advice to try to help people. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? We've learned as men, especially us, we from the old school. We know how to disagree, but still keep the respect there.
That's all.
You know what I'm saying? That's all it is.
It's all about respect.
But I wish, guys like you, when I was playing, I had Steve Smith, but I wish guys like Jordan and stuff would reach back to, you know what I'm saying? These basketball players, wish Jordan would call and be like, look, man, I see you doing this. Why don't you do this? You know what I'm saying? People should embrace that more.
If they ask, I tell them. Anybody ask me, they know. If you ask me, like you ask me now,
you
never heard that before.
Right.
But I'm going to tell you the truth because I want them to hear it too. I'm not talking behind your back. I want you to hear it too.
Yeah.
Because this is what has to happen.
And they can always come to you.
We can fix it.
Yeah.
I help you fix that part. I don't mean you're going to win.
Right.
But I can't even fix that part.
Yeah.
You know?
Devin Haney.
Devin Haney just got to work back on his power a little bit. I used to train him back in the day when he was 16.
Yeah.
So he got a lot of tools, but he got to sharpen his power up a little bit if he's gonna stay in boxing because
He's not a threat no more.
he's not in power. You gotta have that power. You don't have that man power. He's growing. He's only 24, but I really kind of want to get him back. I told one of my guys when he come out of training camp, bring him with him because I want to get his power back sharp like it used to be. His power, because when you fight amateur a lot, and hate to say this, but even the Cubans, their power punches have disintegrated. They don't throw the power they used to throw no more. You understand me? They used to be powerful and great boxers. Now they're good boxers still, but they're not as powerful because they slap more. When I say slap, that means they punch with this part of the hand more than this part of the hand.
Yeah.
This is the hardest part of your knuckle. You hit him with this, you're crazy because it takes just as much time to hit with this as it does to hit with that. So if I'm gonna hit you, why not hit you with a hammer? I don't hit you with no water balloon. This is a water balloon. This is a hammer. You understand me? It's a different thing. I'm not gonna hit you with the water balloon, it's just gonna piss you off.
Yeah.
Because when that water get all your face and wet you, now you mad.
Yeah.
Because I done slapped you with a water balloon.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna hit you with the hammer, so you're gonna say, whoa, yes, that's the reaction I want. You understand me? If I didn't have a hammer, when I went up to fight John Reese, I'd never beat John Reese.
Yeah.
Because he'd walk through that water balloon. That's all you got.
He moved up, just when he moved up to heavyweight.
Yeah,
Light heavyweight. It was light heavyweight, right?
Heavyweight.
Heavyweight,
He takes that one time, that's all you got.
Yeah.
Here he come. No holds barred, he just coming. Because he's not afraid of that water balloon.
That's a big boy, too.
Instead, when he felt the hammer, he said, oh, woo, this dude can punch. Yes,
Yeah.
sir, both of us can.
Yeah.
So welcome to my world.
Yeah. But they didn't know you was going to be able to punch moving up like that.
They didn't,
They
but
know it was going to
understand
translate.
It's about technique, though.
Yeah.
You got the technique, it's going to translate.
Yeah.
You know, it don't matter what team you play for, your jump shot's still the same.
Yeah.
Because you got a technical, good jump shot.
Yeah.
You understand the game. You
It's
understand
routine, too.
You understand me? So no matter who you play for, you still going to be Steven Jackson.
Right.
Right?
Right.
That's different. A guy only has this or only has that, then it's easy to isolate that, and now you can take him out of the game, because that's all he got. But when a guy know how to use what he got in a lot of different ways, it's hard to stop him.
Make adjustments on the fly.
It's hard to stop him.
Tank Davis.
One of the best ones out there is what they don't know, gets less respect for it, but one of the best ones out there. Now his mouth a little different, you know what I'm saying? He's a different kind of character when it comes to the mouth.
Yeah.
Because that's where he's from. But he's really one of the pound the best ones of the crew. And I'm gonna tell you why he's the best one of the crew, to me. He can punch, but he also can box. You understand me? Some that can box can't punch. Some that can punch can't box. He can box, he can punch, he can move laterally, he can do it left side, right side, he can do whatever he needs to do as a southpaw to get the job done. And that's saying a lot, because not many guys can do that today.
As I'm, like I said, once again, I'm talking to you, the great Roy Jones, just can correct me if I'm wrong. From his last 4 fights, I think he's gotten better at setting up punches, making people walk into him. He did it against Roland, he did it against Ryan. Do you agree with that?
Of course I agree with that, because he shows discipline. Discipline enough to have, he got enough shock on his punch, but he knows how to set the punch up before he does it. He's patient enough to set it up before he does it. He looks at it a few times to make sure he got it. When you know he got it, boom, he get it. That's a real chess player in the boxing ring. That's the most deadly kind of guy in the world, besides a Mike Tyson type guy in boxing. A guy that can play chess in that boxing ring is a killer, and that's what Tate can do.
You get how much credit you give to Calvin and them? His
You gotta
trainer?
get off. They raised him up his whole life.
Yeah,
You gotta give him
man.
that credit too.
Boy,
They raised him
sleep
his
in
whole
front
life.
of the gym.
Yeah, they raised him up his whole life. You gotta give him that credit, you know. But he's kind of like him and Terrence Crawford, to me, are two of the best right now because of their setup game.
Yeah.
And Devin has a setup game too. Just that Devin didn't feel a little bit on his punches. If he gets his punches back on point, he got a good setup game. If Ryan get a setup game and a right hand, Ryan will be dangerous.
Yeah.
Yep.
The dream fight out of them 4, who is it?
Man, in all those fights are dream fights.
All 4 of them.
All 4. See Tank against either one of them. See Devin against either one of them.
Yeah, Shakur.
See Shakur against either one of them, and to see Garcia against them. All those fights are major fights.
I think
one of them.
Shakur gets his respect if he fights Ryan Garcia.
He does. But like I said, I'd like to see him work on that, not getting off the job so much, because if you fight Ryan and you beat him in a boring way, people are not gonna give credit for it still.
Okay.
If you beat Ryan the same you beat the other guy, you're not gonna get real credit for it.
Yeah.
Because Tank stopped Ryan.
Yes.
You understand me? So if you go out there and you beat him, but it's a boring fight, you're not gonna get no credit.
Yeah.
That's gonna hurt you more than it's gonna help you. Because anybody goes the distance now, if he clean, if you go the distance with a clean Ryan Garcia, that's gonna do you no good, because Tank stopped him. And he was clean when Tank stopped him.
Yeah.
And Tank was clean when he stopped him.
Yeah.
So if you go out there and you don't stop him when he's clean,
Yeah.
then it's gonna diminish you a little bit as far as that race goes.
Yeah.
Because The leader of the race right now is Tank Davis.
Yeah.
And Tank stopped Ryan. So, styles make fights, yes.
Yes.
So you out there and completely humiliated Ryan with your boxing skills. Yes.
That's different, yeah.
Yes. But if you just do just enough to get by, no. They're not gonna give you credit for that.